All right. Hello, everybody. So we're going to go over the release from last Thursday, the 21st of September. Yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right in. Once you make your way to the release notes, you'll see right away that we have a new and improved field code mobile application. I will go over this in more detail at the end of the rest of the release presentation, but for now, I'll just go through the bullet points here. Benefit from a new, modern, future-proof design. We support custom workflows and forms. We support multiple accounts. We support PUDO appointments. We now have an appointment archive. We have a new My Day functionality, improved notifications, improved parts management, and of course, improved performance. With links to both the Android version and the iOS version here, just click on these and you'll simply be taken to the link. You also notice that we have a native iPad version of the iOS version, which is great for the engineers that use the iPads. All right, like I said, I'll go over the FMA at the end of the release stuff. Moving on to the next one, create custom reasons for moving tickets to the ticket clipboard. Ticket clipboard, as you know, is here. You can move tickets to the pending list. Before, we just had two standard fields, end user not reached and callback required. You can get there two different ways. You can go through here, or you simply go through the top here. These are always going to remain here. The standard field code ones will be here. But in the list, you can add different drop-down, different reasons. How do you add those reasons? You make your way to the admin panel. You go to value sets, and we add a new category here, ticket clipboard reasons, where you can simply create new values. Just create your new reason here, select which projects you want to see that reason, and they'll see those reasons. I've already prepared some, so let's take a look here. Project Blue, we have engine outreach, which is standard one. We have our custom one, pending diagnosis, pending parts is custom, and callback requires the standard field code one. In this case, in the Walker photo project, we have just three, pending parts, pending customer, end user not reached. You saw they took away the standard field code one, callback required. You don't need to use those ones if you don't want to. You can create all your own. What happens now when you click on this? I'll hit pending customer. Same as before, you can fill out this. You can pick whatever time you want it to wait. Save it. And you'll also see that reason here. So this is a custom reason, pending customer, how long it's pending for. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You can see the custom reasons here as well. And obviously you can remove from pending. Nothing's changed there. Cool. Next one is some optimization, some new optimization feature. So it may be the case that you want to include only, when you're trying to optimize, you only want to optimize maybe one engineer in the timeline. You don't want to optimize everybody, you just want to optimize one. We now include an option here to exclude or include only one. You can obviously, if you just select all, it's going to be all the engineers within the dispatch group. But if for whatever reason you don't want to optimize for Jim Brown or John, you just want to optimize for Mike, you can just click on Mike and then optimize now, and it's only going to optimize the tickets that are under Mike and not the rest of the engineers. So this is a one-time deal. You can do that as you need. You can also set up the whole dispatch group to exclude an engineer. Why would you want to do that? Maybe you have an engineer that's an FTE, he's full-time on site. He manages his own tickets and he grabs his own stuff. Or you have an engineer, for example, who's maybe an expert, and you want your dispatchers to just manually assign tickets to them, and you want to always exclude them, or you want to only include certain ones. You make your way to the dispatch group here. Go to optimize. You want to create a profile. And at the bottom, we have it here. So the ones that you don't select. So in this case, if I then set this and save this as my profile, John Smith and Mike McNeil are always going to be optimized, and Jim Brown will never be optimized ever. And that's on a dispatch group level. So that's, let's say, a permanent and not a temporary. If you want just a temporary optimization, like I showed you before, you just go to Workplace and you just run that one really quick. This will always be the case. So that's a pretty cool option. On to the next one, we have included now more part configuration options. I'll start in workplace here. We have now, when you add a part to a ticket, you now have the option to add a storage interval. What is a storage interval? Storage interval is how long the part will be sitting in the storage location. And you can decide how long you want to sit here. Here we have the option here. So whenever you're creating the part and you're adding the shipping information, as a dispatch, you know this part is only going to be sitting in this storage location for 7 days. After those 7 days, it'll be automatically picked up or whatever the case is. If you leave it empty, there's going to be no storage time. It's not going to worry about it. So that's on a per part basis. So if I set the storage interval on this part, it only affects that part. If I add another part, I would have to set a separate storage interval for that part if I need it. Again, like the in-scope engineer for optimization, you can have it for the whole project. So the whole project has a storage interval. You simply go here, you go to the parts tab, and you set the storage interval here, and that's going to apply to every part you add to any ticket under this project. A little caveat is right now you're able to add the storage part, the storage interval. Right now the system doesn't do anything with it. We do have enhancements that are coming up soon that will take that to effect. And what that means is the optimization, when you run the optimization or use the scheduling assistant, it will consider that storage interval for the parts to not obviously optimize the ticket after the storage interval or whatever, because the part's not going to be there. So, but like I said, that enhancement will be coming shortly, and we will provide you, we'll let you know when that does happen. The other one, as you can see right here, is parts tracking ETA. Simply, if you click that on for the project, what that means is that it's going to reach out to the tracking site that we use. Right now, we use a tracking site, so when you do add a part and it has tracking information, it's good, but it may not be accurate when you go to schedule the ticket. The tracking information here may not be accurate to the minute. So what's going to happen if you switch this on for this project and you save it, once you open the scheduling assistant or you're running optimization, it's going to reach out and check the real-time tracking information of that minute, that second, and then use that accordingly, rather than the old shipping information that may be, who knows, a day old or so in here. So yeah, if you switch that on, it's going to reach out instantly, check the real-time tracking information, and schedule accordingly. Cool. So those are the big features for this release. We have a couple improvements. We've added a new predefined query here. Active tickets that are assigned to partner. So if you simply click on this predefined query, it's going to show you all the tickets that are assigned to partner for your account. Quick and easy. No need to create a query for it. It just simply finds it for you. Another nice one is, let me see if I can find it. We have added the signature fields, 3 signature fields to the intervention tab now. So you scroll down here. When the engineer is using the app and they get a signature from the end user, or if they don't in this case, it'll say, hey, signature was not included, and give you the reason why it was not included. If it was included, which I'll show you later, it'll show a green check mark and give the who signed it. If it was a customer and engineer, and I'll show you that later. All right, so that's it for the features and improvements. For the rest of the fixes and whatnot and other improvements, please make your way to the menu. At the end of the presentation, we'll have a link to the menu. Go check out the rest of the fixes. For now, we are going to move on to presenting the FMA in the Android version. So without further ado, first thing you'll see here is we have a notification here. Notification is only going to notify if you don't have the app open. If you have the app open, the notifications won't come. So I just want to show you here real quick. Before, we always had the new appointment received notification, but as you see now, we have added a couple other notifications. So if there's a new ticket info added to the ticket, the engineer will receive a notification that a new ticket info has been added, or if the ticket has been canceled, the appointment has been canceled accordingly. So that's good to have. So let us start here. So I have some tickets prepared. So I'm going to schedule these tickets. I think I have an appointment already made for them. Let's see. No, I don't. Okay. I'm going to make a schedule this ticket here for myself. This one as well. Then I'm going to publish these to the app. Let's go in here. Just use the phone itself. As you can see, we now have a PUDO appointment right here, the other appointment, and the other appointment. So we have the PUDO appointment. So at a glance, you'll see that this is a new. We didn't have PUDO appointments in there before. We only had just ticket appointments. So now we have PUDO appointments showing. I need to mention too that if you first log into the app, you'll be presented with two first-time usage to add location, to allow location to happen, and to allow to permit notifications. We recommend that you have these both on because it's going to make for a better app experience. You'll need them on to get notifications and to use the location data. Okay, so let's just start and just go through PUDO appointment really quick. So I'm just going to go through the life cycle here of a PUDO appointment. So I'm an engineer. I got my app. I go to my PUDO location. I simply on my app, I go here. I see the information of where the PUDO is at, the preferred time, the opening hours, the code name of the PUDO, and any additional information that's added. So I simply go here. These are all the parts that are currently in the PUDO. I know because I need to pick them up. So you simply click on that part. Received. I pick up that part. It's received by me. I save it. Usage you'll add later once you finish with the ticket. As your engineers already know, you see the part is marked received. You see the overview. And when you're done, in this case, I only picked up one part, but it could be the fact that your engineer has maybe has to pick up 5 parts for 5 different tickets. And they'll just go in there, hit received on all of them. And once that PUDO is done, you hit the visited button. And for your dispatch and workplace, it turns green and it marks it as visited. You'll still see the PUDO on here because it's connected to the ticket. Once the ticket's done, both of these will move to the archive, which I'll go over later. So for now, I'm going to go to my ticket. As you see, this is designed a little better now with the new workflow. No more do you have to click inside of a ticket to see the overview is with the first FMA. You simply see all the ticket information as soon as you click inside the ticket. Another cool feature is that if the field is filled, you'll see it. If it's not filled for whatever reason, if there's no device information, and for let's see, is that the right one? No, that's for this ticket. This ticket you'll see here, we have all this information is filled, so you'll see that at the bottom here, it's all filled out. We have information there, it's going to show it. Obviously, you don't see supplier here because there's no information there. That's great because the old app, it just showed everything even if there's nothing there. So that's really great. It's dynamic. I can show you an example here. When I go to this ticket, you'll see here, I don't have any device information down there because I have no device information in that ticket. So it's not wasting any screen space. It's not wasting any time that your engineer needs to spend on trying to figure out what's going on. So that's a really cool feature. If you need to add info, simply add info here. These are the infos available for the engineer for the app. Simply fill out an info and it'll send it off to dispatcher or whatever. You can see all your ticket infos here. You can add info there as well. All the parts for this ticket are in here. It's pretty much the same as before. The history and different files. You can upload photos. You can take photos and upload them here. So let's drive to the site. So as you know, as before, you're driving, you can click on this app. If the engineer wants to use the navigation to the app, you can. What's this going to do? It's going to show you the ticket location, and you can just set directions to the ticket location and use your app to navigate to the location itself. Cool feature. You can also pause if you're taking a break, pause, and start to drive again once you start driving again. So let's arrive. So now we're on site. As before, start working. I'm working. It's updating. End work. You see, I can't continue on. I can't report on this ticket because I haven't added my usage yet for my parts. If I click on that, you'll see, please, part usage required. Please report the usage of the appointment-related parts first. That was also in the first one, but you could still go on the report. Workflow doesn't allow you to go through until you add the usage for the part. Simply make your way to the parts, add your usage, use consumed, save it. You can do the return now. It's up to the engineer. If he wants to do his returns, all of them at once at the end of the day, or if he wants to do it per ticket, that's up to the engineer and the workflow that you have for that project. But you can continue with the ticket and report on it without doing with the return. But you have to add the usage before you can add the report. So now add the report. It was successful. You fill out your report, save, and you see we have the signature. So you simply sign the ticket, save it, sign the ticket. Now it's reported, status reported. Once you go here, I was going to change. Yeah, so the ticket's reported on, and now the dispatcher can then close on this ticket, finish it up. He's done with it. It's good to go. Now, the cool thing is about this, the new app, the big thing, the reason why we did it is because you can have your own custom workflows. So if your account has a different project with different workflows, that can work. The old app was very rigid, and we had one specific workflow for the first FMA app. This one, you can have custom workflows, custom projects, and they'll work in here. You can have parts workflows that can work in here upon request, of course. Once you get Fieldcode support, you have your different workflows set up. It'll work in the app. That's the best thing about the new app is you can have custom workflows and custom parts workflows. Okay. One thing is, another thing to mention is that you're always logged in. So basically, when you first log in, you add your account. There's no logging out. You open up the app, you're logged in to all your accounts you have. You never have to log out. You never have to log in once you log in the first time. You can obviously remove account, but you won't want to do that unless you no longer with the project, whatever. There's no need to log in and log out. Here's just some filter options here as we had before as well. You want to show no filters. You want to filter by date. You want to show just the archive tickets. You can do that here as well. That's on this main page. If you go to this menu up here, that'll take you to the main menu of the app where you can see all appointments, all parts, all archived. And in this case, I have two accounts logged into this account. So George account and Mike account. If I want to just go to George tickets, I can go there. But as you see, George doesn't have any tickets. You see this is for a different account, my partner account. And when I go to, whoops, Mike, you see it's my company account. It's a totally different account. So we have here the archive account. So I'll just show you. So here we have all the parts that are still open. We have the archive for this account where you can go through and see all the archive tickets that you've completed. This is also a new feature. We didn't have that in FA1. If you asked an engineer before what he did, he wouldn't know. Yeah, so now you can go in there, you can look at all the information, you look at the history, you can look at everything that was added, and then if you need it. If the engineer doesn't need it anymore, he can simply delete it just by sliding over. This is stored on the engineer's phone. So if he does, for whatever reason, remove his account, the whole archive is going to go with it. So don't remove your account if you don't want to lose your archive. My day, this is a new feature. It's pretty bare bones right now, But if you have your engineers, you can do whatever you want. You can have your engineers track their work days by just as soon as they start the day, they just hit this, and it's just a counter that's counting it. Um, and that's what it does. It counts, it counts, it counts. They do their work, they go and do their tickets, whatever they're doing throughout the day. Um, they come back at the end of the day, they go back to my day. Let's say they took a lunch break, they hit pause, they're taking a lunch break, they come back, and they start resuming their day again. At the end of the work day, they're done. They did all the tickets, they returned all their parts, they're done for the day. They hit end work day. Like I said, this is very bare bones right now. So that's all it does right now. We'll see how it goes in the future on what more features we add here. But all the start times and end times are saved in our database. And the My Day is also fully based on the workflow and can be configured however you need it. Whatever customer needs are, we can configure it for you. Like I said, that's a big advantage of the new FMA app is it's fully configurable. However you need it, we can do it. Yeah, that's the big stuff for the app. If you're an iOS person, please go download the app. The iOS app is also really great. The new FMA is a great tool, and we're going to definitely be constantly improving it from here on out. Um, so we hope you enjoy it. Take time with it. Check out the iOS one. It's really beautiful. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.